Okay, traders, this is going to be a really interesting video. I'm going to show you how you can trade these signals. We're going to do the back test. We're going to go back. We'll have a look at these because some of them maybe don't work out, like these two up here. We're going to go back and we're going to see how you can make this work and take this as a blueprint as to how you can grow an account. I'm just going to go back to this area here. How you can grow an account or pass your prop firm challenge. This is it. This is how you do it. Here's the strategy, the set of rules we need to follow to make this work. Look at these signals. It's a 2-chart layout. 4 hour down the bottom, 15-minute up the top. We're going to run with these. I like this because it gives me this table on the right. I can see what the higher time frames are doing. And down here, we're just going to use the trend bars 12, trend channel. And down the bottom, it's the Forex pairs, it's a velocity logic. That gives us these signals here that are transferred up onto the chart. When one of these goes off, we get serious, right? So let's just go back and we're going to run the back test. Now the back test with this is actually really good. Why? Because it does give you a sense of what real world trading with this is going to be all about. And I've set these indicators to repaint. Right? So how do you deal with this when these signals repaint? Now, the repainting is not an issue for me at all. Why? Because these signals are looking at a whole bunch of different stuff on different time frames, multiple time frames. So when everything comes together, this will fire. And if it's repainting, it just means that one part of the puzzle on all of the above shifted. But you've got, you know what I mean? But you've got the rest of the whole pile of stuff that has to meet the criteria for this in place. So repainting, it's not an issue. So we've got this signal that's fired back here. And on the lower time frame, it will bring us in about there. All right, right on that sell signal pretty much. Let's have a look at this on a replay. And why this is going to be a really important video is because we've got things like this dump, a pump, another dump, volatility, dump, pump, okay? It pumps here, okay, you get a pump and a dump, you get this here. All right, so you've got all this volatility going on. How do we get through that? This is the video. This is it. This is a full tutorial. And going back to do this as a replay, look, it's like training, okay? If you're an athlete, you train. A boxer, you train. Whatever you do, you've got to train for your sport, right? This is training. So let's do it. Going to hit that replay. Single chart. Oh, all charts. That's cool. Let's do that. So we don't see what's coming. We're going to go back to when that signal fired. Oh, look at that. That is really cool. We bar replay on both charts. So we're really in the fire. So we get a bearish signal. And what we're looking for here is, see the table on the right. Okay, bottom is the 4-hour chart. The 4 hour's green at the moment, but we see that the daily and the 2-hour and all the rest of it are red. So based on that, if the 4 hours trending into, I don't want to make this too complicated either, but there's a key level back here, and we're starting to see this is starting to turn around. We got red above. All right. The only thing that's holding us back is the 4 hour. So let's just replay it. We'll go slowly for now. And when do you feel confident enough to take this trade? I don't mind this price action at the moment because I know that the 2 hours in a bearish trend as the 1 hour. I would probably take that trade on that signal and on these two red sell signals. All right, so you've got that, and then these have started to kick in. That's the confirmation. So it's a little bit scary when you can see that that's clearly bullish. But anyway, let's just run with that. Short position. Stop loss, we're going to go with the dots. And we're keeping an eye on that 4-hour chart. You can go with the dots and above that previous high. See the channel dots? All right, let's just sell. create limit order, and we're going to go, or market I should say. I'm going to go 4 of these units, because what we're going to be doing is looking to take partial profit, and then I can close 2 of them. Oh, I can close 50%, I should say. So there's your stop loss. TP, confirm. TP, yeah, 2R, okay. We'll run it, because what we're looking for is a dot to appear to give us a, I'll go 3 times, to give us a TP. Alright, there's your first dot. So what we do here is we take partial profit, 50%. Drop that back down to 2, partial close. As you do that, you pull that into break even, or better. So this is in the money now. Alright, so we let that run, just play it, just see where it goes. Oh, actually what you can do, you can also stretch that out, confirm, right? We've extended our TP, and what we're going to do now is we're going to move our stop loss down a little bit. We're going to trail. See these dots? It's a little bit early at the moment, so let's just give it a little bit of room. But as this picks up, you can trail it following these dots. See how we go. So we'll just run that. And see, it's repainting. That's fine. It really doesn't matter, because after a couple of candles it'll either stick or it won't stick. Let me just see how we go with this. Okay, it's starting to make a little bit of... Oh, stop there. So what's happened here is we've got another red signal. This one here. So we come into the chart and we set a momentum sync alert to go off. Click the 3 dots, set up the alert, and if a sell alert fires after this one here, let's just mark it up. Look, that has fired there. So it's telling us that on the 4-hour time frame, it's telling us that gold is heading bearish and the US dollar is heading bullish. They're heading in opposite directions, and there's momentum behind both of them heading in those directions. That's what it's telling us. So let's just see if we get a red signal. We're looking for the next sell signal. We don't touch it until... Okay, stop it right there. You know what? We can't. Okay. I can't open multiple positions. But see, what you're going to do at this point is you're going to add to your position. Let's assume that that's still running with a break-even stop loss. And now you've added to your position. This one's risk-free. Right? Now you've got this one going, guys. This is such a good system, and look, we're getting more sell signals, and at some stage, at the end of a trend, you might get some sell signals and they don't stick, and it turns around the other way and goes against you, right, at the end of the trend. That's what I'm getting at. Like, see how the red zone is now starting to get a little bit long? All right, the earlier signals are usually best, and then after a while, okay, it'll turn around on you. But at this point, we've got this one here now, closed 50%. We've closed here 50%, right? And that one, so we got 2 of these now in the money. Just run it, and you want to keep an eye on the 4-hour. So, and what you're looking for as well is, as this is trending, you want to even use your Fibonacci, and we're looking for, see this how this high to low to pullback. See that sell signal right there on that pullback? That's a really important point, actually. You want that pullback into the Fibonacci. See the 61.8? That's your key. So, and these sell signals will give you that. It's telling you when it pulls back and it's starting to move again. We'll just run it. Sell. And look, here's the thing. You're adding to your position here, right? You're throwing another one in there. This one now is safe. This one is running. And now that we've achieved 1R with this, right? So it's now down in here. Now you're going to close 50% on this one, and that stop loss gets pulled to trail. So all of these stop losses are now in the money. So this is 100% risk-free and in the money. So just keep an eye on the bigger picture. Okay, that's trending down. And what you can see on the 4-hour is it's getting away from this middle line here. So you want to expect at some stage, high now to the low, that pulls back into the mean. Right, just keep an eye on that 4-hour chart. So the mean is, that's where that's tracking at the moment. All right, so that could be a thing, okay? So now it's getting a bit overextended. You probably don't want to be adding to your position. when it's getting overextended like this. There's actually another indicator we can include with this, but let's just keep it simple. Okay, so now see it's starting to pull back. All right, things are starting to shift. All right, we've got a buy signal, but we don't have anything down in here. We don't have any green signal here, so we just ignore that, although it could be pretty good. It's counter trend. See the 4 hours bearish, and we're seeing a buy signal, but you're going to ignore that, right? So because we're looking for the confirmation with these guys. So let's just see how we go. We'll just let it run. Actually, I might just close that position, given that it's starting to pull back now. All right, so we'll just wrap that up and run it and see where it goes. Just see where it takes us. Keep an eye on. See the weekly now's turned bullish. 1 hour's turned bullish. We're getting buy signals kicking in. You know, I mean, look, you can be really aggressive with this if you want, and you can take those. They're counter trend at the moment. The 2 hours bullish. Just keeping an eye over here on the right. 2 and 1 are bullish. So this looks like it's possibly turning around. But we've got to follow the 4 hour. See, that's still okay. Now it's running through this. Stop it. Whoa, what's going on? Stop here. Stop, stop, stop. Okay. What you got here now, see how it's trended up and it's broken through this midline? Well, I would run with that. Okay, it's in a higher time frame bearish trend, so let's go short. All right, so this is how you do this, guys. You know, they're not all going to work out either. We're going to lose one here and there, but that's fine. Create our sell market. Go 4 of them. Now, if you're going to be adding lots of positions to this, I'd be inclined to probably, you know, set up your risk at 0.1% per trade, because, you know, you want to add 10, 15 trades, you know what I mean? And that'll add up. All right, so let's just run that now. And just keep an eye on what's going on down in here. I remember there was a bit of choppy price action through here at some stage. And, you know, so how do we handle that? Okay, this is another sell. And keep an eye. Okay, here's the thing. Stop it here. See how these white candles are kicking in on the 4 hour? This is a danger zone. Right, now have a look back here. See how these are red? That's safety zone, okay? Once you start running into choppy price action like this, you probably want to be a little bit careful. So see, this is starting to get really choppy through here. These candles are white. You want this to be clearly running at a 45-degree angle, this line. And at the moment it's starting to even out, right? Okay, so we're heading into dangerous territory, and you might want to think about winding up your positions while this is choppy price action until we get a decisive 4 hour and the 4 hour that trend line is running at our 45-degree angle. I'm inclined to close these trades right here. What you could do is just trail that. See how we go. Okay, it's starting to see how it's broken under the this white line. So just always keep an eye on that. So let's just run that. See how it goes if it pulls back into that white, into the white. So you're getting a few sell signals here. You probably don't want to be adding to your position until the previous trade has been closed and the previous trade is secured. Once that's secured, then you add another one. Okay, see, now we're getting a buy signal. Okay, hold it there. This choppy price action is dodgy. See the white trend line here? So at that point, you could close that position. Oh, that's a full position. You could close that. You could bail on this trade. Okay, because it's not ideal on that 4 hour time frame. And look, you know, you've got to look after your account. See it's kind of is okay, but that's the strong trend. Anyway, we'll just keep going with that. See how we go. Bit of green kicking in. So the daily and the 4 is still bearish. Where are we? Okay. See, we've still got white candles on the 4 hour here. So okay, we've got another signal. Stop it right there. Hold it there. All right. So we do have a bearish signal. So so we're getting a deep pullback. The 4 hours bearish. I'm looking for the next red signal based on that. The back test on these is a little bit dodgy because I think we've lost a couple of these signals. That doesn't happen on the real chart. This is bullish. Oh yeah, I remember there were two here. Okay, so now that this bullish signal's kicked in, we're going to run with a buy. But for some reason I'm losing data from back here from this indicator, and I think it might be to do with the back test. Yeah, we've lost all of this data back there. Okay, never mind. The new signals are coming in, so there's a buy signal. Now, thing to watch out for here is just see how overextended this is on the 4 hour, right? Now, and you can see that on the 15 minute, right? So you can mark that up. I prefer, and it's not always going to happen, but I mean I prefer, if you see a move like that, I prefer a pull back down into here. But what we can do, we can still run with this. Understand that this is overstretched. But I mean, look, and sometimes it doesn't pull back and it just continues on. So we'll take the trade, and I'll take that risk with this one. Stop loss is just going to go under that green zone there, because when momentum really picks up, this thing can go. All right, I am expecting a bit of a pullback, but let's you could create a limit order if you weren't 100% on that. Buy. Yeah, you could set up a limit order down in this back down. See this thin candle back down in there? That could be a thing. All right, so this is called FOMOing in. Okay. Oh, that's as far as it goes. All right, so I FOMO'd in. See what happens. Keep an eye on. Okay, the higher time frame we can see is bullish now. See the green zone behind the red turns green? That's actually quite a good sign, but that can pull back, guys. And the 4 hours turned green. Let's run it and see how we go. There's a little bit of a pullback, and then you can add to your position here. Now, maybe not. So you want to wait for this to make a bit of a move and then close 50% before you add to your position. There's another. All right, it's range bound. There you go. So you don't want to be adding to that, and then you get caught out. So you've just got to wait to see if we gain a bit of traction with that. Right, we want it to trend. Okay, so it's reaching up a little bit now. All right, so here we go. Stop there. See these orange dots? All right, that's your TP slash. That's a little bit early back there, but this one here is okay. All right, I wouldn't mind closing 50% right there. So I'm going to do that. Take 2 off, and this is now where we can add to our position. So if that stop gets taken out, we've already made money. This one's safe. So let's now look for our next position. We want to add to it. We'll run it. See how we go. If it's starting to trend really well, as you can see, it is on the... See that 4 hour? Now this is what you want to see on the 4 hour. It's trending up like that. It's really nice. All right. So let's just... so actually, I forgot something. Let's just stop it there. So what we've done is we've taken 50% off and we've added to our position. Long position, I don't know, somewhere around there, right? Okay. Now we've got another position in. We'll just run that. We want to gain a bit of distance with that, and then we can look to secure profits. Okay, so it's turning around a little bit. The daily's still bearish on the table over here. So you got these buy signals coming in, but yeah, you want to secure that last position before you enter. And just let it go. All right, hold it right there. Okay, so I'm good to close 50% at this point. So now what we do is we do a partial close. Oh, I've already done it. Oh, that's the original position. Okay, I'll just close it. Okay, so now what we've done is we're just trailing. We've got 2 positions open. Both of them we've secured 50%. The stop loss on both of these, we can move it up, up around in here somewhere. So that stop loss is now break even on that one, and the stop loss on that original is up here. We've closed 50 and 50. Now this is just a trailing stop on the rest. See how we go. And gold can tend to trend, when it gets going. Look, you've closed 50, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take another... Whoops, okay, it's pulled back. We could go on that. We'll take another position on that buy signal. Okay, I'll probably go with that. It's starting to move. Okay, run with it. Long position. Now those 2 positions back there are secure. They're in the money. They are 100% risk-free. Stop, you just go under that red candle there. All right, now we've opened a new one based on that. See how we go. It's trending up. It's looking good. Oh, look at that. Okay, so now we close another 50%. Stop it right there. See, we've closed 50 on this one. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move all our stop losses, all of these guys, back here. They get moved up. This is now, everything's in the money, so we're just looking for the next buy signal. Okay, guys, look, I'm going to suggest that we're going to have stop it right here. We're going to have a huge, it's going to be a great year. 2026, I've just got such a good feeling. If you haven't already gained access to the indicators, this is your opportunity now to grab them while they're still discounted. They're going to go up next year. All right, so at the moment, this is heavily discounted. And there's a 7-day trial, 14-day trial, depending on which plan you want. Snap it up, and you'll have a bit of time over the Christmas period. First of all, you're getting the discount before it goes up in 2026. You'll lock that in, and you're going to get the opportunity to go back. And this is training, okay? Do this and really feel confident. Stop it right there. Really feel confident about your strategy and what you're doing. I've taken 50% off. Okay, I'm going to take 50% off right now. See, look, with this, here we go. See, this is where it just gets better and better. So now all our stop losses are coming up to this level here. How many have we got running at the moment? Like we've got 1, 2, 3. We've got 5 positions open, and we're just going to hold them until that stop loss gets taken out. That's it. So now this trend is getting a bit long in the tooth. At some stage it'll turn around, but now, but given that we've got these in the money and they're secured, we can just hang on to that and really enjoy the ride. And these stop losses, like, I mean, look, yeah, it gets taken out. It's the last trade will get taken out. We'll lose one at the end of this trend, but it just doesn't matter. Is it going to be this one? Not yet. Okay, so this one's still running. It's open. We haven't taken any profit. Okay, that's it. Stop it right there. All right, so that's where all of these trades now close, and we've made a ton of money. That's it. And we just run it. The 4 hours still bullish. Okay, that's most likely a swing low, swing high, 4 hour pullback into equilibrium. Let's see if we get another buy signal. Or it turns around either way, it's going to... Okay, it's starting to look a little bearish, but okay. But we just wait now for the next signal. And I'm looking at that 4 hour. Okay, it's bearish. We've got a sell signal. See, the other thing you can do is you can actually, you don't want to be taking sell signals while this is green. You want to be taking green signals in the green trend until the background turns red, and then go short. The 4 hour time frame is bullish. Buy. Stop right there. This is going through some choppy. We've got these white candles. All right, see? So getting a little bit choppy. So we're heading into a bit of a scary spot through here. So let's just see what happens with that. Go down under that low. All right, see the white candles creeping in on the 4 hour? Okay, back here there was no white candles. See that? Now we've got white candles, so you want to be on guard a little bit. Although it has broken out of the cloud here, I'd like to see these, turn solid green again. All right, so this is where it's a bit risky here because of these white candles on that 4 hour chart. The 4 hours bullish. We're getting the 1 day is bearish, 2 hours bearish. See, this is starting to turn bearish now. Sell signals kicked in. The 4 hours still bullish. You can see on the table on the right. So I would be a little bit cautious around here. But, now we've built a strong buffer. We can hang on to this and just let it play out. If it gets taken out, then so be it. It doesn't matter. Given that you've already built a strong buffer, you've got solid profits behind you. You can afford to lose. Stop right there. Okay, this is a 4 hour. We've got a buy signal. This is starting to move up, so I would look to take that trade. So what I'm going to do here, possibly, no, it's too early. See, we're still we're still hovering around our entry point. All right, you've got to gain close to 1R before you add another position. All right, let's just run it and see if we get that. All right, it might pick up another buy signal. We're looking for that 1R. Okay, stop it right there. Whoops. Okay. All right, so here is where we we close 50% of this position, and then we can, we can sort of trail the stop loss up. You got these dots under here. Okay, follow them. That's all right. Throwing a bit of a spanner in the works. Yeah, stop loss under here. You could even just pull that stop loss back a little bit if you're worried about that. It's already in the money, and if that stop gets taken out, you're still going to make money. That's the thing, right? Just to see what goes on here. There's a bit of a stop run. Just want to kind of avoid that if we can. Is it going to get taken out? Let's just see. Where are we? We're here. That's our stop loss at the moment. I don't want to move it further south at this point. I want this to be definitely in the money. All right, that's starting to shape up a little bit red. But you're not taking these sell signals in a green zone. Right, the background is green. See how it's choppy through here now? Getting all these white candles. So you just want to hang in there while that happens. Okay, that's been taken out. The background, the higher time frame on the 4 hour is still green. So that's my bias at the moment. Unless this 4 hour turns red, then I'm looking to sell. And just see what comes in on this one. The signals off this indicator are not painting on the replay for some reason. Alright. Okay, it's a bullish trend. These buy signals are kicking in. I don't mind what I'm seeing. See that? See how this is trending now above the this white line? Risky, because it's still choppy. It's still choppy. But, you could run on this price action and that break above the white line there. You could run with that. Give it a shot, okay? You've built a buffer. You're well and truly ahead. All right, so you're going to take a risk. We'll go down there with our stop loss. Always keep an eye on that 4 hour time frame. Play it. All right, so yeah, guys, definitely do this. And like, if you like trading gold, just take it back however far you want to take it back, and run the replay and go over and over and over your strategy. These have gone wide again, so it's really dodgy. Okay, here we go. Stop it there. All right, so here we're back into the swing of things again, right? So I'm going to close at these dots. I'm going to close 50%. It's not quite 1R, but fair enough. And I'll follow up my stop loss now is going to follow these green dots here. Right, so stop loss moves up to there. So this is now in the money, and I'm looking for, see that I've closed 50, stop loss is up, this is profitable. I'm going to go again, right there. Stop loss, I'm going to go down to the green shaded zone. Okay, so we've got one in the money, right? You get what I'm on about here, guys. This is all you got to do. Run it. And there's other indicators we can include here to give us more confirmation that first trade's in the money. And now it's a little bit choppy again. All right, look at that 4 hour chart. Okay, it's breaking out. Nice one. There it goes. All right, hold it right there. So now what we're going to do, see, this is the thing. We take money off the table here, and the stop loss now we're going to trail. Right, so here's our stop. On both of these, close 50%. Stop has moved up, and we open up a new one. Okay, so we go in again now, and that 4 hour is starting to look really nice. These are safe. This is the only one at risk. Go. All right, we just run it. That 4 hour, see how it's trending really nicely? You can see that. Oh, we got a green signal here. Look at that. See? Nice one. Okay. Hold it right there. So what we're going to do is the same thing, guys. We close. We've got 3 of them now closed 50%, and the stop loss on all 3 comes up. And we wait for another buy signal. See if we get one. See if it pulls back. Nope. Okay, stop's taken out. All right, we've made money. Okay, big time. Really nice. Well, I mean, look, it just goes on and on, right? Let's just clear the replay. See where we were at. Okay. Oh yeah, that's where we closed. Yep. Okay. All right. Now that one. Let's have a look at it. Okay, that could have been, you could have got taken out on that. See, look, this is the other thing too. What you can do is you can actually set your stop loss up on the 4 hour. See the green dots on the 4 hour here? You can do that as well. It's a wider stop, but it keeps you in. So if you set your stop loss up on that 4 hour, and you follow the 4 hour dots, all of these trades from way back here are still in. See what I'm saying? Let's just open that up. Alright, so now we're trading it on the 4 hour time frame. Our entry is just on the lower time for the signals to get us in, but see, we're trading it on the 4H. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. It's up to you. But, you know, if this trends, all of these are still safe. Yeah, and you just follow your stop loss on that first row here in the trend, in the cloud. It's on that row, and then the stop loss is on the first row on the 4 hour time frame. I don't mind that at all, guys. It is a much wider stop, but that will get you out of trouble. See that? All right. Or you could even go with a 2 hour time frame if you wanted to. What does that look like on the 2 hour? Did any of these stop losses get taken out? Just check it out. So, you know, it's just a matter of, see, the 2 hour, I don't like that 2 hour. I prefer the 4 hour. Much better. It's a really good setup on the 4 hour with this first row of dots. I don't mind that at all. So, but yeah, you're taking parcels off at 1 hour, that's going to be a lot further away. That's the only thing. But spend time on it, guys. I don't mind the tight stops, to be honest. You know, if the 15 minutes too fast, you could go with the 30 minute. 30 minute with the 4 hour. This is the wave, this is the tide. You know, you could do something like that. I don't mind that 30 minute. You could follow, you know, just move it along on the 30 minute. Actually, look at this, see this green? That got you out of trouble all the way through. If you followed that green shaded zone, not the dots, but that green shade on the 30 minute, that's not bad at all. That's actually a pretty good stop loss, really. I don't mind that. Okay, the green shade on the 30 minute, just that shaded zone. That gets you out of trouble. It really does, look. Beautiful. Okay, see that? That green shade, there it is. Now, that green shade's coming off the momentum sink, and the settings for that is the 1 hour tide. Alright, momentum sink, and you're going all down here, that one. Okay, what else? Settings. Trend channel, leave it alone. Trend track multi, you can set that up. Include the 4 hour trend behind you. Down here, the trend channel, the trend bars. Trend bars. Tide is 4 hours. Don't even know if I used it. Oh yeah. Yeah, and then this one down here, the logic, your settings for that are, as you can see here, you can 4 hour and daily. Alright, you're going to have to change that. Yeah, maybe don't trade on Friday. Up to you. And then save it. Alright, that's the settings. Okay, very profitable strategy. Alright, here's an opportunity for you. You'll either see it or you won't. I like the 30-minute chart, to be honest. So basically, you just come in, you know, when these things fire down here, you just come in and you set the trend momentum sync alert to go off, and that'll get you in. You can just, any alert if you like. And yeah, I mean, I like this. I'm going to set it right now, to be honest. Message, notifications, yep, okay, notifying the app, I like it. Momentum sync, 30-minute. Okay, settings, any alert, just do that. Actually, no, don't do that. Go to buy and sell signals. I want both. And then when they go off on gold, I'm going to be coming down, and once per bar. Once per bar close could help with the repaint, but I want to know as soon as it goes off, because I'll be watching it over the next candle anyway. I want to know that the condition's there, so I'll go create. That's in there, guys. That's on gold, and I've got that. That's going to be a permanent alert. Whenever these go off on gold, I'll be interested to come in and just see where it's at on the higher time frame. All right. Yeah, as I said, you'll either see this opportunity or not. It's discounted before Christmas and New Year. It's going to go up in 2026. Lock it in and backtest it like crazy and get ready for 2026. Links on my website. With that, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.